Hey there, everyone, and welcome to episode number 9 of Conversations with Christal. In today's show, we are going to be talking about what you should expect from working with a life coach as well as working with a business coach. I have only received this question a couple of times, so I feel like if it's more than one, it's a great conversation to have. And I would love your feedback after listening to this show, especially if there were some areas that you were surprised by in regards to what you should be expecting from a life coach or a business coach. So I have a list here that I just pulled out of my brain. And this will be really good for us to go over because we're going to start with the life coach side and then we're going to move over to the business coaching side. So, for those of you who are new to the podcast or watching on the YouTube channel, which is at Christal Allen on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really happy that you're here. I'm Christal, your host. I've been in business for this is year number 8. And I recently transitioned my business over to business and life coaching. Prior to that, I had a successful virtual assistant business specializing in real estate. And then I had a couple of other businesses before that as well. But where I really got my sea legs and gained some traction in business was with that virtual assistant business that I decided to grow and niche down. So let's start off by talking about life coaching. And some of you may have, if you followed me for a little bit here on the podcast or on Instagram, you know that I am currently in life coach school certification. And this has been such an interesting and really challenging process, just to be fully transparent with you, because the first client, you are your first client. And really working on yourself and acknowledging some beliefs and maybe mindset barriers that you didn't even realize were lurking below. It has been such an inspiring and such a challenging process. And I mean challenging like in the best way, because I think it's always so important that we continue to grow and evolve as a people. And this life coach school, that's the program who I'm doing it through, life coach school with Brooke Castillo. It's a 6-month certification program, and it has been really life changing in and of itself. And the reason why, and this is good for some of you to hear in case you're thinking about maybe becoming a life coach. One of the reasons why I decided to move forward with the life coach school was not only did I believe in their process and the model, which is basically circumstances happen. We have thoughts about their circumstances, which make us feel a certain way. And then from those feelings, we act or don't act, and then we get a result. Okay, so that's kind of the process of how we are learning to life coach. And it's something that made complete sense to me. It's something that I really believe in and can see in my life as well as others around me. But more importantly, it was important for me to get tons of practice. And that's what the Life Coach School allows you to do. You are coaching in your courses in your cohort, and then you are required to coach outside of that. And basically, all of the resources and tools and information that they provide to support you on your journey of becoming a life coach is above and beyond. So, a little plug there for the Life Coach School because I really am enjoying this process. And if it's something that you've been thinking about, I think this podcast, this show will um, just maybe help pique your curiosity even more. All right. So let's talk about what you should expect from working with a life coach. A life coach is basically someone who's going to help you become aware of the effects that your thoughts are having in your life. I'll say that again. A life coach primary role is really to help you become aware of the effect that your thoughts are having on your life. And something else that they are going to help you with is they'll teach you how to fully experience life. And that's the good and the bad. And that's basically tools that we use to help equip you when you're out in life, experiencing life, not just in a session with us, tools that you'll be taught of how to process and allow thoughts and urges and that type of thing and feelings, and ultimately understanding that it's not going to hurt you. It's something that is important to learn how to process and become aware of in regards to your thoughts and your feelings. Something else that's important to mention about life coaching is it's primarily focused on the present as well as your future. So if you have experience with therapy or counseling, you know that a lot of it is based on the past. And you're not going to experience that so much in a life coach session. So, can we talk about something that happened in the past or when you were young, or, a childhood incident or something like that? Absolutely. But more so, what we're going to do in that session is really figure out why whatever that is that happened however many years ago is still something that's very much prevalent in your thoughts right now, and taking up space in your thoughts right now. So that's how we would approach something like that. Something else that you'll experience from a life coach is we will basically give you the tools to achieve your goals in life. And I mean life. So it could even be business, right? But one of the beautiful things about life coaching is the tools that we teach you, you can apply them in any area of your life. And that's what makes it so powerful. And the more you practice at it, the better you become, right? With anything, practice makes perfect. One other thing to note about life coaching is that your life coach should be pretty objective, and they should also be just helping you acknowledge and break down just some unhelpful mindsets or thought patterns that you've probably been dealing with, and kind of replace them with new strategies and thought patterns that are more helpful in you having the life that you want. That's something that is definitely important to mention. Life coaching can be done online, like via Zoom, or it can be done in person if you have someone nearby. And then something else that's important to know about life coaching is we are not making decisions for you. One of our most important jobs is just to make everything very clear, especially what the facts are. And versus what your thoughts are, that type of thing, making those things really clear, and ultimately believing that you as the client, you are more than capable and you have all the power to make the correct decisions for your particular life. It's not about you coming to me and I tell you what to do. So that's something that's really important to know. And then something else that I want to mention before I end with the life coach side is typically if someone is experiencing severe depression or if they are suicidal, this is not something that a life coach should be um, working. A life coach should not be working with someone who has severe depression or is suicidal, unless that life coach is also like a trained psychiatrist or therapist in those specific areas. So that's something that I think is really important to mention. But as you can just see from the list that I just read off there, life coaching is pretty powerful. And what I love about it is it's you come to a session and we talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. And if you don't have anything, then I come with some questions to help get the conversation started. And then we basically get you to a place where you are functioning at your best self in life. And that is really the ultimate goal, right? Even for myself, that doesn't mean that you are happy every day, right? Because that's not life. There are things that happen in life that we shouldn't be happy about. We should be able to experience sadness or grief or that type of thing. But just knowing that you have the tools to manage and handle the things that come in life, right? So, life coaching is amazing, and everyone needs one. Everyone needs a life coach. I can't stress that enough. Okay, let's go ahead over to the business coaching side. Now, if you are thinking about hiring a business coach, it's important to do your research or interview, whatever you're comfortable with and whatever is available. So if you're looking at a business coach and maybe they have like a discovery call or they have an opportunity for you to book some type of session with them to learn more about what they're offering, take advantage of that. And then if they don't, that's not a bad thing. Just make sure that you're still doing your research so that way you can learn more about their style and who they are. Like, for example, I have a discovery call option, but I also have an information page that has tons of details about my approach, my philosophy, and what I ultimately can help you transform your business into. So that's really important to know. A business coach should basically guide you with a clear plan and help you stay accountable. Um, Having a plan, making sure that that plan includes revenue goals, and making sure that that plan is ultimately always in alignment with who you are and what your main goals are. Um, it should not derail from that. So if you derail, I meant to say derail, not derail. Keeping that in. So, if you came to me and I'm your business coach and you really want to get your ghostwriting business up and running or your social media business up and running, but you come to the meetings and I'm so impressed by your makeup that I keep thinking that you should be a makeup artist instead, like that doesn't align. Okay, you need to make sure that you're, and if you're ever working with a business coach and you feel like they're taking you somewhere where either the two of you didn't agree on or you're just feeling really uncomfortable, you need to speak up because you are paying that person a fee to basically get you and your business into a desired place, different than where you are right now. And that kind of goes back into the importance of doing your research and possibly interviewing business coach candidates before you move forward. I remember 2 years ago, I was um, looking for a new business coach. And this lady came recommended to me and by a couple of people. And so I looked at her website and had a couple of questions, and she offered a free discovery call. And what was interesting about this, it was a Zoom call, right? So when I hear Zoom, I definitely think I'm going to see you, right? I know that there's an audio only version, but when it comes to me possibly working with you and paying you money, I expect to see your face. So at the time, it was 2 years ago. It was 2019. At the time, her business coaching program was $7,000 for 6 months. Okay. Not outrageous. $7,000 for 6 months. But do you know that I jumped on that call and she had her camera off the whole time? And I even called her out on it. I said, "Are you going to turn on your camera?" "Oh, no, I was thinking that we could stay on audio." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and keep my camera on," thinking that, okay, giving her like another opportunity to be like, okay, I need to turn my camera on. This is a prospective client who may, work with me and end up paying me money. And do you know, she never turned that camera on. And I got off that call thinking, lady, you are out of your mind. You think I'm going to pay you $7,000 and you won't even show me your face? And so I was so surprised by that. So that story just to remind you to make sure that you do your research and that you're really comfortable in who you decide to have basically work with you in your business. Because how I look at myself as a business coach, I'm like a partner in your business, because entrepreneurship can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be. And what I love about business coaching is I get to be like a temporary partner in your business, someone who you can, bounce ideas off of and run like new strategies by, or maybe a new service that you're going to provide. And we can talk that out and work that out and see what that's going to look like for you and your business. So it really is a wonderful opportunity to have a coach in your corner. Now, one thing that's important to know, a business coach is not a fairy godmother. So you do have to do the work, right? That's the important thing, is for you to work with the business coach to flesh out a plan, but ultimately you are the one doing the work. So you have to take responsibility. You want to make sure that you understand the business coach's approach. Like, for example, I have a three-part like cornerstone approach where we look at you as the CEO and you as the person. Then we look at you as the your business, and then we look at your internal and external support networks. And that's kind of how I flesh out how I support you in your business goals. And so figure out exactly how your coach is going to help transform your business. And you want to make sure that they're accessible. So you need to have a clear understanding of, outside of maybe the bi-monthly or weekly calls, how can you contact your coach if you have a question, or if you just need encouragement, or you want to share a win. And then finally, one amazing thing about having a business coach, in my eyes, it's almost like having a fast forward button, because you have access to someone who has been doing business for a little while. They are some steps ahead of you, and you, through them, you really have access to all of their experience, their network, and their resources. And that's something really powerful. And I really envision that as a fast forward button for you and your business. So that is all that I have. So, we talked about what life coaching is and what you can expect. We talked about business coaching and what you can expect. I would love to hear your feedback or questions on this conversation, because it really is good to have a clear understanding of how these people can play an amazing role in your life. And I do both life coach as well as business coach. So if you have any questions for me, I'm very happy to help get those answered for you. But as always, I'm just so thankful that you're here tuning in. And before I leave, I just want to give you a heads up that my business coaching program, which is a 90-day program, it enrollment opens every single month. And so enrollment for May is open right now. And the May 2021 session starts May 3rd. May 3rd of 2021, basically 2 weeks from now, is when I'll be starting my 90-day program session for the month of May. And then June will start the first Monday of June, July, same thing. So it's important for you to know that I do have a rolling process. But if you're interested in business coaching, I do have my 90-day business incubator program that I would love, love, love to have you in. It's so powerful, and it really is your fast forward button in business, transforming from where you are now to your dream business. All right, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, you got this. I believe in you. Bye.